Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into the Beekeepers toolkit to explore a really powerful natural substance that can protect your hives. And believe it or not, it comes from an herb you might have in your kitchen right now, thyme.
So let's get right into it. How can one single plant extract provide such a powerful defense for your bees against so many different threats? Well, we're going to break down exactly how thymol, which is the active ingredient in thyme oil, can be a total game changer for your colonies.
So, what is this stuff exactly? Thymol is basically the powerhouse compound found in thyme oil. And whether it's pulled straight from the plants or created in a lab, it acts as this incredibly versatile weapon for beekeepers against some of the most stubborn threats to a hive's health. Now, to really appreciate what thymol can do, we first have to understand the challenge. Beekeepers are constantly up against what you could call a triple threat to their hives. And what's amazing is that thymol is remarkably effective against all three. And here are the culprits. We're talking about two of the most destructive mites out there. The infamous varroa mites that latch onto the outside of bees, and the internal acron mites that get inside their breathing tubes. And if that wasn't enough, it can also combat a serious digestive infection called nosema disease. All right, so let's get practical. How do we actually use this stuff? Our first method is all about treating those mites, and we're going to use the liquid form of thymol, which is just plain old thyme oil. The beauty of this method is just how simple it is. You've got two great options. With the cotton ball method, you just put 1 to 3 milliliters of thyme oil on a cotton ball and set it right on top of the frames. Or you could try the cardboard strip method, where you soak a strip in the oil and hang it down between the frames. The key is that both of these techniques work by letting those potent vapors circulate all throughout the hive. And hey, here's a super clever pro tip to see if it's working. If you slide a sheet coated in Vaseline under the frames, you create a kind of sticky trap. As the thymol does its job, the mites fall off the bees and get stuck on the sheet. It's direct visual proof that your treatment is knocking them out. Now, this is absolutely crucial. This is not a one-and-done kind of treatment. To really be effective, you have to repeat the application 4 times, with 4 days in between each dose. This whole schedule is designed to catch the mites at every single stage of their life cycle, so none of them slip through the cracks. Okay, let's move on to our next section. We're going to build on the same ideas, but this time with a different form of the product. We're talking about how to use the solid or crystal forms of thymol. So here again, you've got 2 ways to go. On the left, you can mix powdered thymol with pure Vaseline to make a kind of medicated paste. You just spread that on some paper or plastic strips and place them under the frames. Or for an even simpler method, you can put 1 to 3 grams of the crystals in a little cloth pouch and hang that between the frames. You see the pattern here? Both methods are all about that slow, steady release of the protective vapors. Okay, time to switch gears. We've talked a lot about external mites, but what about a threat that attacks from the inside? This next method is all about using thymol to fight nosema disease, which really messes with the bee's digestive system. So to fight nosema, we're basically going to make a medicated feed for the bees. And the recipe starts with a very precise measurement, 20 grams of thymol crystals, which, you guessed it, need to be completely dissolved into a specific liquid to create our potent stock solution. And that liquid is 100 milliliters of ethyl alcohol. This little mixture right here becomes the powerful concentrate that's going to deliver the treatment right to the bees. Okay, let's put that all together. Step 1, you make that stock solution with the thymol and alcohol. Step 2, you prepare the feed, adding just 1 small spoonful of your concentrate to about 11 liters of sugar solution. And finally, step 3, you apply this medicated feed directly onto the bees, either with a sprayer or by dripping it. This gets the thymol right where it needs to be, inside the bees' digestive systems. Now, listen up, because this is probably the most important part of this whole explainer. Before you even think about trying any of this, it is absolutely essential that you understand and follow these safety rules. These are not just friendly suggestions. These are critical rules for the health of your bees. First, always test a treatment on 1 hive before you go and do your entire apiary. Second, timing is everything. Only use thymol when temperatures are moderate. Third, you have to be incredibly precise with how much you use, because too much can actually harm your bees. And last but not least, for your own safety, always wear protective gloves. So what's the big takeaway here?
Thymol is an incredibly powerful and natural tool for beekeepers. But, and it's a big but, like any powerful tool, it has to be used with knowledge, care, and a whole lot of responsibility. The real question is, how can we better integrate these natural, potent treatments into modern beekeeping to ensure the long-term health of our most important pollinators?